Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's your brother Karad.
My brother lawyer.
All right, from GMS Miami. Before we get things started, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rachah, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, the top Bible teachers on the planet Earth today. I want to send out a hearty shalom and send much love to the sincere brothers throughout the four corners of the earth that push the unadulterated truth of the Bible and risk their lives doing so in efforts of waking up the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? Shalom. And the lesson we want to get into is basically our profession, man, which is to pretty much hazard our lives for the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Okay? And the reason why is because somebody has to do it. Okay? These Christians,
They ain't doing
it. The Catholic priests, they ain't doing it. You know, the fake ass Jewish rats, gutter rats, they ain't doing it. They don't even declare the Messiah.
it. Right. These pseudo-Israelites ain't doing it.
Right. You know? So, hey, we take it head first, okay? And we know the persecution is coming, okay? But guess what? Paul and other renowned men of the scriptures knew persecution was coming.
Right.
Okay, it was commanded of them to basically put themselves in danger to further this word. And that's what it boils down to, okay? Because people want to make up things about us, they're rapists and militant and rude and boisterous. But hey, how do you tell the masses, okay, or try to wake up the hopefully elect, okay, without being, because what it boils down to is we're sincere, okay, and it's burning within us.
Right.
You know?
And ultimately, what these people doing not okay.
Exactly.
You got to let them know, like, you can't be pity-patting and beating around the bush, man. No, you going to fucking die. Real
Right.
talk, if you don't repent.
Exactly. They don't, when you go to these concerts with a Travis Scott or these other guys, they on stage going crazy. You don't ask them why they going crazy.
Right.
It's their passion. This is our passion.
Right.
So, of course, we're going to sometimes, fly off the hinges a little bit. But, hey, we're not saying anything wrong.
Nah.
We're just following the commandments of the scriptures, man.
That's right.
Somebody has to.
Somebody got to do it.
Right, Hey, and we'll take that charge because there's a great reward that comes with that. Okay? So we'll start off with, let's see, Acts, the 15th chapter. I started 23. It says, and wrote letters by them after this manner. The apostles and elders and brethren send greeting unto the brethren which are of the Gentiles in Antioch and Syria and Cilicia. Verse 24. For as much as we have heard that certain which went out from us have troubled you with words. Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing under the sun. Somebody always coming up with their accusations, with their opinions, okay, things that they feel that they need to say, all right, that be totally off about the men of the Lord.
Right. Hey, so this comforts us.
Right.
When we read this and then we actually face it now, it lets us know that hey, we in good company. All we gotta do is keep doing it. Right. And the Most High simplified it. Hey, Yahweh shall what he say? He had him do it to the end. The same shall be saved. So all we have to do is keep doing this to the end, man. And that's why you people can't fluster us or get us off our rocker. Why? Because we got a foundation, okay? And we're following in the light of great men.
That's right.
Okay, so it says, for as much as, verse 24, Acts 15 and 24 says, for as much as we have heard that certain which went out from us have troubled you with words, subverting your souls, saying, ye must be circumcised and keep the law, to whom we gave no such commandment. Okay, sound like those, we ain't gonna mention no names. Those all about the law Israelites.
Right.
Okay, denying the law of liberty. Okay, or faith in Yahweh Shai. And it says, verse 25. It seemed good unto us, being assembled with one accord, to send chosen men unto you with our beloved Barnabas and Paul, verse 26, men that have hazarded their lives for the name of our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
That's right.
Okay? And brother, if you can you look up that word hazarded? So Acts 15 and 26. Okay, and that's going to be the common thread with the men that are delivered. They hazarded their lives, you know, for what? The testimony of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, which, like the scriptures say, oh, we're going to get it, we're going to get it. Jumping the gun, brother.
Hazarded.
Let's see if we got any need there.
Hazarded is paradidome or paradidome. It says to give into the hand of another, to give over into one's power or use, to deliver to one something to keep, use, take care of, manage, to deliver up one to custody, to be judged, condemned, punished, scourged, tormented, put to death, to deliver up treacherously, to by betrayal, to cause one to be taken, to deliver one to be taught, molded, to commit, to commend, to deliver verbally, commands, rights, to deliver by narrating, to report, to permit, allow, when the fruit will allow that, it's ripens, ripeness permits, give itself up, present itself.
Right. So basically, speaking about Paul and Barnabas, they had given their life up for who? For Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
That's right. They offered up their lives as a living sacrifice.
Exactly. Matter of fact, let me get there real quick. Real quick. Okay, and that's the spirit, because the brother Elder Yashawama was going into speaking about the priesthood. Okay, and hey, that's what we are. Hey, the scriptures tell us. It tells you that in Peter's, we are a nation of kings and priests. Okay, priests too.
How about you?
You know, and it's always been that way. You know, always been that way. Okay, and instead of sacrifice upon the altar, we sacrifice our bodies on the highways and hedges, man. Okay, put our lives in danger for the testimony of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Who else is doing it? Like, we're gonna keep posing that question.
Yeah, who else is doing it?
Right.
Who else?
Point them out. Show us.
Yeah.
Show
As the
us.
scriptures have said.
Right.
For the correct doctrine. Nobody else is doing that.
Right.
Scriptures say, they that stood so swiftly for the name. Ain't none of these other groups really going to the name like that, like the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone doing, the brothers on down, man. Ain't nobody else doing it like that, man. All right, somebody has to fit the bill.
Right.
Okay, and it's not the majority of you niggas out there, man. Just keeping it plain.
Right. And really, all it takes, what the scriptures say, blessed is he
that readeth.
And all you have to do is read this book, and then you can play the mix and match game.
Right.
Okay, which we all did when we first came into this thing, because to be quite precise, when you come into this thing, you got to come as a newborn baby.
Right.
So you really don't know nothing. You got to erase everything in your head, alluding to what was that with Nicodemus.
Yeah, you have to be born again.
Right. And for I say, probably first 6 months, you really walking on blind faith.
Right.
Because you really don't know, what, the ins and outs of what the elders and the other brothers, up under the elders that are teaching the doctrine the right way. You really don't know how to research this stuff.
Right.
Okay? But it makes sense.
Con. That's right. You're taking it off of faith.
Right.
You're taking it as a little child.
There you go. There you go. And that's what.
But it's like over time you learn how to try the spirits, because now you're getting into the scriptures, all right, and you understand that now you're using the scriptures as a measuring tool, all right, to measure the truth.
That's right.
Okay, to try the spirits, man, and you come to the through the spirit. If the Lord is dealing with you, you're gonna come to the proper conclusion.
There you go.
Okay, of who the Lord is dealing with and who He's not.
Which the bottom line is you have to be toiling and laboring in this thing fervently.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what it really took, bro, for us to get firm foundation, not to be mockingbirds.
Yeah.
And the elders speak on that, and growing in the faith, you see, like, yeah, that ain't because like I say, that maturation period, those first 6 months, that's pretty much what you are.
Yeah.
You're a mockingbird, but hey, that's walking on blind faith, okay? And like the scriptures say, my sheep hear my voice,
Right.
you know? It's just that we had to fine tune it, you know? And that's because who? Yahweh Shai is supping with us.
That's right.
You know? But this is Romans 12:1. It says, I beseech you, brother, Salaki. I beseech you, therefore, brother. And that word beseech means to beg. Okay? So Paul is telling the brothers, the church of Rome, I beg you. Okay? It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Okay? Why is it reasonable? You know? Why?
This is what we're supposed to do.
Exactly. That's what you were put here for.
This is what you're supposed to do. This is the reason why you were born. Okay? That's the keeping of the commandments, man. That's the whole duty of man, is to fear the Lord and to keep his commandments.
Yeah, I was going to it, but you quoted it. You quoted it, so.
That's it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we still get it.
Yeah, get it, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Get it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. It said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
That's right.
Okay? And now you have Yahweh Shai, okay, my big brother,
Yeah.
you know, who knew his fate, okay, saw exactly what was going to happen before it happened, to the point where he asked the Lord if there was some other way that he can go about it, you know, when he absolutely knew there was no other way. But that's how it was plaguing his mind, you know. So here it is, he made that sacrifice for us. So
We got to make the sacrifice. We got to follow suit. We have to follow the example of Yahweh Shai.
reasonable service.
Reasonable service.
Everything else is unreasonable.
Unreasonable.
You trying to obtain the biggest 401k cash out at the end of your career. You know, you're trying to find Mrs. Right. That's unreasonable.
Vanity and vexation of spirit.
Man.
You try to get that degree.
Right.
You know, you trying to set up shop here in Babylon. That's all of that is unreasonable, man. Because the fashion of this world passes away.
Right. And we are here as servants and bondmen. Okay? This is not the place for that. It's not your rest.
Right.
You need to be making, what's the word I'm looking for? The acceptable sacrifice, okay, to the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? Which is, hey, pushing this word. That's a commandment, you know? You got something, brother?
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. It says, and when I heard, that's like it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Okay, and this is talking about Esau's system, man, being thrown down. Okay, he's our accuser, man. Okay, these elites and just these general Edomites in general, man, they hate us. Okay. They hate us as a people. They don't like us. All right. They constantly accusing us before the Heavenly Father, man. All right. But when Yahweh Shai comes back with the angels, he's going to cast them and their kingdom and their system down to the ground, man. Okay. And he's going to set up his kingdom. Verse 11, it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Okay. So they love not their lives unto the death. All right. That's how we going to be able to overcome, man, by giving our bodies up as a living sacrifice and actually testifying the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay?
Only way.
That's the only way.
The scripture speak about coming up some other way.
Right.
Ain't no other way.
Yeah, whoever come up the other way is a thief and a robber.
There you go.
That's a thief and a robber, man. The scriptures say, Yahweh Shai said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come to the Father but by me, man. You have to follow Yahweh Shai's example. That's how you're going to be able to make it to the kingdom of heaven. That's the only way, man. Any other type of way you trying to carnally, get out of here, ain't no contingency plan but Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay?
Right. And really, that's confusion.
Yeah.
If there were several different ways.
Right.
Because remember now, we coming out of absolute simplicity. To the point calling ourselves African Americans, Haitians, Guatemalans. That is extremely simple. You calling yourself after your conqueror.
Right.
You know? So, of course, coming into this thing, and the scriptures speak about the simplicity that is in Yahweh Shai. And it's just that simple. Okay, matter of fact, I had a little more on 12. And this is the method and the mind state that you need to have to make that reasonable sacrifice or a reasonable service. Okay, verse 2. Back in Romans 12 and 2, it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. You got it, bro.
And that's what it is, man. All right, when you come to this truth, you have to renew your mind. You have to be born again. Okay, that's how you're gonna be able to prove that acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, man. And it's beautiful, because once that begins to happen, once the Lord begins to sup with you, which the Lord will, if you seek in Him, the Lord will sup with you.
Right.
All right, and He will help you, you know, grasp, you know, the understanding of it, and then, you know, things become second nature.
Yep.
All right, there ain't no question about, you know, giving up your body as a living sacrifice. You know, all right, this is the reasonable service.
Right.
You know this is the will of the Lord, man. Ain't nobody could tell you nothing, man.
Right.
Okay? I got this in Philippians chapter 1. Paul speaking, he says, in verse 21, Philippians 1 and 21, it says, for to me, to live is Hamashiach, and to die is gain. Okay, and Paul was able to say that by the spirit of understanding, by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, because he knew that in his life, the only thing that he's gonna be doing, all right, that's profitable for him to do, is to live for Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, but if he was to die, it was gonna be a gain anyway.
Right.
Okay, because if you die in Yahweh Shem Shai, you're gonna be risen up first.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna be risen up first. You're gonna receive the new bodies. All right, you're going to have a great memorial, a great testimony in the scriptures, which we have that of the men of the Lord, man. Okay?
Right. This is what we're reading.
This is what we're reading about.
Right. Of renowned men
Yeah.
that gave themselves up. Okay, going back to that word, what we just looked up on.
Hazarded.
You know, men that hazarded their lives, okay, which was their reasonable service, okay, to do what? To ultimately receive salvation.
That's right.
In these times, man. Okay, and these men understood that, you know. At one point or another, they understood, look, this ain't the time. Especially Paul, he knew that, no, this ain't the time. But he said, if I finish my course, I have a crown laid up for me.
Right, exactly. So it doesn't matter if
Right.
It doesn't matter. Hey, 1 Corinthians 15 says, "O death, where's thy sting?" Man? Okay, Paul had faith and confidence, man. That was a man of the Lord, man. The Most High was dealing with the Apostle Paul, man. All right, if there be no resurrection of the dead, why is it that I suffer daily, man?
Right.
Okay, I fought with beasts at Ephesus after the manner of men. Okay,
Man.
What profit is me if the dead rise not, man? I'm giving up my life daily, man.
Right.
People trying to get at me, man. Okay, we putting our lives on the line, man. Okay, why? Because we believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, that even in death, okay, the Most High will deliver us from death, man. Whether it be He deliver us from actually losing our lives and giving up the breath, okay, or whether we actually die and the Most High raise us up again, okay.
And if we die, it's rest.
Right.
You know, hey, we're weary, so it's a win-win, man.
God.
You know, when you making your body a sacrifice and you hazard in your life for a purpose, because guess what? This is the realization of the whole matter. Everybody's lives are hazarded. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American.
Yeah.
Just go look at Project Megiddo. You know? Go look it up. Your life is hazarded. But it boils down to who is it hazarded for.
Who is it hazarded for? Is it going to be hazarded for Yahweh Shem Shai, or is it going to be hazarded for the flesh?
Right.
Okay.
For Esau.
For Esau.
Right. Or your wife, who don't give two shits about you. Hey, because that's what it boils down to. Everybody got an opinion now. Okay? Those food trucks stop rolling in. Okay? When that dollar bill collapses, when that Ebola 10,000 breaks out, then we're going to see who really has an opinion and who really has answers.
Right.
Okay? Because opinions don't fly now. And that's why they hate us so much, because we're coming with the facts.
Right. coming out of the scriptures.
Right, and our mere presence, of course, is inspired by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but our mere presence foils people, man, and just puts them in a rut, and we see it over and over again. People don't even know what we're about, but the spirit is showing you how spiritual this thing is, man. You know, and we just gonna keep hanging our hat on that, because nothing else is gonna work. We know that for 100% sure. Nothing else is gonna work but us, hey, making that sacrifice to the altar, man.
Yeah.
You know. And you spoke about giving up our lives. You know what I said, brother? In St. John, is that 15 or 14? No better thing than a man.
I believe that's St. John 15.
15.
You don't really love.
I got it. This is St. John chapter 15, verse 12. It says, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you." Verse 13, "Greater love have no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends." You see? And that's exactly what Yahushua did. He laid down his life for his friends. So, hey, if it comes to that, that will be our reasonable service. Okay? Which is pretty much the most honorary thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Yahushua just said it.
Yeah. There's no greater love. That's the greatest love that you can show for the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and for the brethren's sake. Is to actually give up your life as a living sacrifice and actually shed blood, man, for the truth. Okay? That's the example that Yahushua led us, man, obedient unto death, man, for the glory and the name of Yahweh and for the sake of the Akia, man, for the sake of the brothers.
Right.
Okay?
I endure all things
For the elect's sake, that they may also receive glory, okay, with Yahushua and Mashiach.
Come on, man.
Okay? This is 2 Corinthians 5 and verse 14. It says, "For the love of Hamashiach constraineth us, because we thus judge that if one died for all, then we're all dead, and that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again." Okay? So Yahushua died for us while we was dead, man. Okay? While we was dead in sins, man. While we was through. It was over for us. You know? Fatality, done. Okay? Totally finished.
Yep.
Alright? But Yahushua died for us so that we might have life, man. Okay? And that we might have life more abundantly, man. So that we might receive the kingdom of heaven. So that we could be risen up from our dead mental state, man. Okay, so the Lord could pour out the spirit of life upon us, man, so that we could stand upon our feet an exceeding great army, man. Okay, so that means that we were all dead, man, and that we owe our lives to him, man. Okay, we owe our life to him. We should be willing and eager, man. Okay, zealous about laying down our lives for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Okay, because our life is hidden in him, man, and if we lay down our lives for him, when he comes back, we're going to be risen with him in glory. Okay, that's the gospel, man.
Right, but hey, it starts with believing.
That's right.
You have to believe this. What else can you possibly believe in? The elite's gonna send a pass for you to come get in the bunker with them?
Nah. Hell nah, man. Nuclear missiles about to pelt the planet Earth. Okay?
Right. So it really goes without saying that you might want to follow the blueprint.
Yeah. This is the best investment.
Right.
All right. Following these scriptures, this is the best investment ever. Okay, it's the only investment. Everything else is bullshit. Vanity.
Fixation of the spirit.
That's right.
And it really is. When you come into this, and that's why the preacher said that. Solomon said that. Because he's sitting high on it, on his throne.
Yep.
And there's peace in the earth.
Yep.
Tributaries in and out daily. In and out. Bringing gold, peacock, turkeys, everything, man. But yet, damn. What if my son sits on the throne? He's wicked.
Yeah.
Everything that I did,
Right.
it pretty much was irrelevant.
God.
Because the kingdom is wicked now.
Because the kingdom wicked now, which means God knows what he gonna do.
Exactly.
What's gonna happen after I die.
Exactly.
All this labor I done labored for and wisdom, and my son come after with some folly.
And it happened.
Yeah, and it happened.
And it happened, you know. But hey, that's behind us, and we looking forward. And hey, the future is extremely bright, brothers. All we got to do is stay locked in, okay? Pray up, fast up, be brotherly, push this word, okay? Anything else, brother? What is that?
Hey, God, so with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makabadash, and double honors to the other apostles of Great Millstone, and citations to all the Akim out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makabadash, in truth, and in sincerity, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makabadash, Barakatam to all. And with that, we want to say Shalom, and Lord, when this video is edifying, Shalom.
Shalom.